this right here, you bunch of prima donna ballerina mother.
Hi, this is Natalie Rydstrom and you're watching Euro Football Weekly. We're about a month left of waiting until the new football season commences, but clubs eager to improve their last season's performance are rallying around trying to improve their lineup. Some big names are switching sides. What does that mean for their clubs and the chances to win the respective titles? Joining us now is football personality Lee Phelps from In Play Radio to tell us what he thinks of some of the deals happening right now. Lee, thank you for being here.
Pleasure.
Now moving over to Serie A, Juventus have reignited their interest in Chelsea striker Romelu Lukaku. The Belgian failed to impress at the 2014 World Cup, but did, however, score a total of 17 and 15 goals respectively in his last two Premier League seasons. Chelsea are keen to cash in on Lukaku for around €30 million and would prefer to send him over to Italy than one of their Premier League rivals. Now, what's the likelihood of him joining Juventus, and what sort of an impact will the 21-year-old have?
There's lots of conflicting reports, actually. I mean, he said openly that he wants to go to a club where he can fulfil his potential. Well, no surprise there. Great, thanks. He also said he wants to play Champions League football. That's a better clue, isn't it, that it might be Juventus. Interestingly enough, he's never on his Twitter. I don't know how much you're reading to this, Natalie, but on his Twitter profile, he's never put like a Chelsea player on there. You know, he's obviously been on loan at West Brom and at Everton. And I think it was either today or yesterday, he suddenly turned his Twitter profile into, Chelsea player. Interesting. Maybe. I don't know why Mourinho doesn't want him there. He looks like Drogba Mark II to me. And this guy scores goals. He's a big guy. He's a bully in the box. He's everything Drogba was.
Yeah.
And his attitude, from what I'm told, is very good. He's a very confident young man. Maybe that doesn't wash too well, Mourinho. I don't know. But I've got no idea why he should go anywhere. If Juventus get him, great signing. Absolutely superb signing. I think he'll fit Italian football great.
What are the transfers here that are Juventus making this summer or are looking to make?
One I was interested in was Alvaro Morata from Real Madrid. Now, obviously not one of the bigger names there, but at times he's done really well. For the B side, Real Madrid B, he scored 45 and 83, and obviously everyone was thinking, wow, this guy's the next big thing. Didn't do quite as well, last season in his goals haul. So it's not a bona fide, but I think Serie A compared to La Liga, they probably look at that and think he's a decent player. I think that'd be a good signing for them, to be honest with you, Morata. I think more for Juventus, though, is who they might lose. They've got to be very careful that some of their players go. I mean, Vucinic has gone and Immobile has gone as well. Now, Vucinic didn't do too well. I think he scored 2 goals last year, but 23 goals from Immobile. I mean, that's a big change. You've got to replace those goals, 23 goals. Now, they'll be hoping Morata can do it. And obviously, if they get Lukaku, then that'll be another one. So they're obviously going to replace those goals somewhere along the line. But it's, like we've said with a lot of clubs, in this close season, it's not like signing a player. They have to then go and deliver the 23, 25 goals to replace the players you've got rid of. So I think it's, they've got to be careful about the Pogbas and the Vidals and whether they can keep them.
Yeah. Well, the question is, Lee, can Juventus win their 4th title in a row under new manager Max Allegri?
Yes, I think they can. I mean, I think they've got a stranglehold at the moment. I think it's more about the teams behind them. I think I think Italian football has been in its weakest ebb for a long time. I think there's a lot of reasons for that. There've been a lot of controversies in Italian football, of course, but when we're prepping this, Natalie, you look at the figures that are being mentioned in regards to La Liga or to the Bundesliga or the Premier League. The Serie A is nowhere near, is it? I mean, they're talking about buying players for single-figure euros, euro millions. The other countries are breaking transfer records. So there's a lack of money in Italy, and I think a lot of the clubs are struggling to compete with Juve. If they were to lose either of those key players in the middle of the park, things could change. But at the moment, as it stands right now, then I think Juve will be a worthy favourites again.
Now, rivals for the title, Roma have their eyes on forward Dario Vitanic. The Argentine currently plays for Nice in League One. They've managed to convince key defender Mehdi Benatia to remain at Stadio Olimpico while still attempting to sign Marco Bassa from Lille. Now, Roma are keen to snatch the title of Juventus this year after coming second on the league board, and that they plan to make an impact on the Champions League. But the question is can they win this year's title, and will they?
No, I don't think they will. I think, just listening to the names that you mentioned there, good quality names, but you're looking at Ligue 1 in France. You're not looking at, buying players from the Premier League like Juve are talking about and from La Liga. They're looking at buying players from Chelsea and Real Madrid. Roma are looking at buying players from League Earned teams. If they were to lose Matteo Destro to Tottenham, that would be another major problem for them. Like I said, I don't think they've got the clout. I don't think they've got the clout to manage to overhaul Juve. And when you think about them competing in the Champions League, I mean, it's I think I just don't think they can get anywhere near the Spanish or English or German teams.
Now, moving over to Napoli, who won third place in Serie A, what do you make of their transfer efforts this summer, and where do you see them ending up on the league table?
Yeah, I like Napoli. I mean, I must admit, I thought they were. I enjoyed watching them last season in Europe. Last couple of seasons in Europe, in fact. One interesting thing I've noticed was Michu going there on a season-long loan. Interesting that again going back to that point, but a season-long loan, not even buying him. But Michu, I thought Michu was a fantastic player when he came to Swansea, and watched him with great interest. Had that tricky second season, but the manager had a tricky second season who brought him in. So, you can maybe understand that. But I think he might be an interesting addition. I think that he's one of those players who in his first season, he really sets it alight. He's a really, very nice, approachable kind of guy. He loves his football. He'll embrace the culture wherever he goes. It can't have been easy going to Swansea from the warmth of Spain. I think he'll enjoy going back onto the continent. I think he might be an addition, not a stellar name by any stretch, but he'll give you everything. And he's a very technically good player. I think he could be a little bit of a surprise package to some in Serie A, like he was in the Premier League. I mean, people know who he is, but I think Napoli could go well this season. I expect to see them. I wouldn't be surprised if Napoli are challenging Roma to challenge Juventus.
Yeah, I agree. And what other notable transfers should we mention here, Lee?
I mean, there's not a lot, in Italy at the moment. Nothing that it's more players going out of Italy that I'm keeping an eye on. One that I saw today was Inter Milan looking at Javier Hernandez from Manchester United for 1.5 million. Interesting signing. Hernandez is a strange player in that when he came to Manchester United, everyone thought he was going to be this kind of poacher extraordinaire to score loads and loads of goals. Now, he's done great at Man United. He's won trophies. He's done brilliant. He's done everything that's been asked of him. I'd love to see him in a team where he gets a run, where he's in a team week in, week out. So I think he is a poacher. He is someone who can get on the end of things, and I think Inter could really benefit from someone like him. But that'd be an interesting one to see. Just from a person, I've enjoyed watching him. I'd like to see him get a good club, and a move to Inter Milan would be great for him, I think.
Yeah, definitely. So, Lee Phelps, thank you for joining us.
Thanks.